Waves with more of his negative attack ads. But
paper, and by others as Island to Catch an STD. In 1625, right after the colony was founded, the first ship of slaves arrived to give the hard-working, morally upstanding, non-hypocritical Americans, newly free from the tyranny of Europe, time to focus on important things in life, like yelling at their women for buying too much shit in the strip mall.
The new economy was a boom. It was very different from failed Jamestown, where a bunch of incest-loving cannibals consumed each other in an orgiastic fury of self-important nonsense, although the exact nature of the differences escapes me just at the moment. But regardless, Liberty City gave the white settlers plenty of time to focus on the important things, like getting laid.
The slave craze was huge. It was like waiting for a new iFruit phone to come out. People would line up at the docks and wait in line for days to own their very own person, and then put them online for a higher price. Some dissenters wondered about the moral consequences of a nation founded on genocide, slavery, and theft, but they were quickly imprisoned as being unpatriotic by proto-chicken hawks. Of course, we have very different values now.
That year, all the local indigenous tribes were brought together and paid for what would be the greatest real estate deal in the history of the world. 14,000 acres of prime downtown real estate for some spare change, a porno magazine, and front row tickets for a game of cricket.
Cricket is the most boring game ever. What do the British know about sports? They're all gay.
The Dutch had a land of plenty. They traded beaver skins, a 17th century version of wife swapping, and partied late into the night. But founding a country on getting shit-faced and working slaves was trouble from the start. It hadn't worked for the Greeks, and it wouldn't work for the Dutch. 4,000 miles from home and no internet connection to read up on soccer scores, the populace became disenchanted. The colony's deep-seated racism and love of 24-hour shopping would begin to prove to be its undoing.
What happens when you take a whole chicken, pack it full of mashed potatoes, top it full of gravy, insert some corn, then deep fry it? You've got yourself a meal. The all-new stuffed Pollo Todo Frito, now at Cluck and Bell. The meal in one just got massive. Cluck and Bell.
Liberty City, you don't need money to drive away at Sully's. How about the Farachi? Here's a fine racing machine for you. There's been a lot of special moments in this beauty. So special, there was an Amber Alert issued. They never found her, but it's yours for $7,999. Enjoy the power of the open road today. Oh boy, Sully's got a nice one for you here. The Emperor, fast as hell, and the airbags have been successfully tested by the previous 3 owners. None of them are in the state to drive anymore, so the car is yours now for the low price of $12,999. Sully's has trucks too, the EXT. Nothing makes you feel manly like driving a truck covered in another man's blood. It's got dark upholstery that doesn't show stains. It's a forensics dream. We call it the Science of Crime Special. Only $10,499. Head down to Sully's Automart right now. These and other bargains are going fast. Remember, Sully says it's pre-owned. It's not used.
Liberty City, a town on the edge. A town at the daybreak of dawn, a city at the gate of the universe, a city at the limit of metaphor, deep into the point where hyperbole becomes gibberish. The gateway to the new world.
President Lawton suspended habeas corpus and saved freedom.
That's excellent. And Weasel Chopper 4. If someone's in trouble or on fire, the Weasel News Chopper is there on top of the action.
Sir, you there on fire. Could you face the camera, please?
Hard-hitting stories, attractive news anchors with great hair, self-consciously multicultural with racist undertones. It's the Weasel News Team. Anchor Cindy Shiney, Charles Justice, meteorologist Artie Schneider, street reporter Sheila Hatano, and Kenny Lapalano with the sports. We call it news. Your team for the war on terror, the weather, and sports. Weasel News. Recorded live from the capital of the world, Liberty City, the famous Split Sides Comedy Club invites you to light up and bring the love to the comedy club where the drinks ain't cheap. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Cat Williams.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. Liberty City. Woo! This is great. It's great. I've never been here before. It's my first time. As a visitor to Liberty City, this is amazing. The speed and the pace in which this city works. Went on a mini adventure today. I got up, got dressed, got my swagger right, had my bravado, and I decided I'm going to cross a Liberty City street slowly. Not gonna happen. Everything moves so fast here. Why are people moving so... A homeless man ran past me. Where could he possibly be fucking going? He could lay down and be home immediately. Just lay down and be home, but he was speeding past me. Furious pace. Everything's so fast here in Liberty City. It's crazy. It's crazy. Your gas prices are too high. $69 a gallon. A bit ridiculous. My car cost about $72. Let's try to get it back in focus. People don't speak here in Liberty City. I don't know. It's like they're scared to be shot or something. I spoke all day. Hey, how are you? Nothing. Good looking at
game, especially when the terrorists show up.
You know, that knife, it just screams freedom. I love the saw in the back. That's a really nice feature. One time I got pinned under a car and had to save myself by sawing off a limb. I don't miss it at all. I love cutting things.
And it's laser etched. We will etch your name on there. Patty Sue, Bobby Joe, Shit Dick, whatever you want.
There you go. Estelle, you've gone truly crazy with this sale.
I'm gonna cut somebody. 1 minute left. I will not be coming back to this set. Someone else is gonna get your knives, and you might meet them in an alley someday. Stick you in the gut, your innards all over the street. Scream out my name. Damn you, Estelle. You was right. I should have bought that set. And it will echo across the city, and a flock of birds will scatter toward the brooding sky, and little girls will cry. I can't see how you could pass this set up. I can't fathom it.
Uh-oh, here comes Michael Graves with more of his negative attack ads. But let's stick to the facts and move past these pathetic politics of division and swift boating. Fact, Michael Graves spent taxpayer money on a vacation home in the Philippines where young boys speak in lisps and don't wear pants. Michael Graves says he supports family values, but his wife is a harlot and has aborted 5 children. Maybe Michael Graves has forgotten the tragic events a few years ago, but we haven't. He wants to end the war on terror and make America and your children vulnerable to terrorists, much like those little boys are vulnerable to him. You have a choice come Election Day. Choose freedom for your state. Vote John Hunter for governor. The future depends on you making the right decision.
A special night, a special man. Coming in 3 weeks, it's the Crow reunion in Iran.
Whoa, this is more exciting than chatting with a teen girl online.
I'm completely engorged.
Welcome back to the Venturas Poker Challenge. While you were away, you missed something ridiculous.
The poker gods were smiling on Dangerous Derek Thornton just now. He took the sport in a whole new direction.
Yeah, that's right. Earlier, we spoke with Derek, and he said his typical day, he wakes up around 3 p.m., plays poker online for a few hours, goes to the bar with friends, comes home ass-faced,
released and does the whole thing again the next day. He's never read a book. Seeing that, people from around the country have flocked here to come and train for this sport. You know, Troy, what we're doing here is illegal in most states of the Union. But what happens in Las Venturas stays in Las Venturas, except when you're donating blood or semen to fuel a poker addiction. But before we forget, this section of the show is presented in association with Release Gum, because you chew, you suck, then pow, life has shot a load in your mouth. And Pill Farm, because when the cards go against you, it's time to swallow, and it's good for you.
You know, I don't know about you, Malcolm, but I am just amazed at the endurance of these serious athletes. We've been playing for hours now and no sign of fatigue.
Oh, that's absolutely right, Troy. 21-year-old Butch Roberts, former manager of Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts, may now win a bracelet here tonight and be able to buy himself a whole chain of donut shops to be run by foreigners because we're too lazy.
Exactly. It's the fitness level of our biggest stars that make poker the incredible sport it has become. Example, Jennifer Trashcan Zielinski. She's been sitting there for hours now and no sign of tiredness. A cosmetics clerk from Nebraska, she's barren and instead has adopted 8 children from Venezuela, all of whom are here tonight, except for her adopted son Jimmy, who is gay.
Well, she's one tough lady. I bet her pants smell like daisies.
And how?
Wait, she's gonna put it all in, just like she's seen a pair of cowboys to ride. I tell you, that last round, she won it with a handful of doggy balls.
Oh, she sure did. Those 8s will kill you. Terry Kim, the Destroyer. He has not budged. Fit as a fiddle. The guy smokes 3 packs of Redwoods, drinks a cocktail every 5 minutes, but still, he keeps on coming. Relentless.
I mean, that kind of luck is what a serious training program can do to you.
Remember, you need a knife. Order now. These deals can't last. Dial the number on your screen.
You don't have to worry. Call one of our claim representatives immediately, and we'll deal with the law. Silence any victims before uncomfortable litigation can happen. We insure against drunk driving, accidental gun discharge, and narcotics violations. Big insurance, because freedom equals peace of mind.
Weasel Wednesdays heat up next season with Vacation Home Sluts. Don't miss it on Weasel. All next week, it's patriotism at its finest as Weasel revisits history with the non-stop terror marathon. Back-to-back docudramas blaming liberals for everything. Only on Weasel.
Savages by, blowing them up with a cannon, which backfired. Puritanical and self-righteous, he had orders to return civility and productivity to the colony.
Within weeks, he had banned drinking, smoking, fornicating with Indians, Texas Hold'em, missing church, anal beads, laughter, and imposed strict fines for male camel toe and whistling in public. It wasn't well received. The city was burned to the ground.
Within a few years, New Rotterdam had become so diverse that the Dutch had become a minority in their own colony. Then, just like today, nobody paid attention.
Especially how to endanger the health of others with others. Did you? Not me. Others. Now, we've got relationship advice, like how to avoid bruising the face. We're going to take some calls, advising women how to deal with their men. But that's pretty easy, right? I mean, it's just the thing that you need to do is a kick to the groin right there. And when your body connects with the reproductive organs of another man, let me tell you, buddy, it's pain and beauty. Also, we have a special, and we call that special the cubicle, the copier, and stabbing a coworker in the eye with a little pencil. like this. Look at the blood, look at the blood, look at the blood. This is going to be an unbelievable show.
And I'm going to be discussing rectal marital aids.
Oh, shut up. First off, I want to talk to you about a second to learn, see if I can teach you how to understand your anger. Now, anger is the death of so many men. Heart problems, health problems, boldness, impotence. Waking up in the middle of the night with your hands covered in blood and you have no idea what happened. Listen, I've been around. Anger. It's a 4-letter word, and boy, does that bring you down. Channel that anger into something positive, like beating the shit out of little guys. Pack, pack, pack.
No, Baz, no, that's not nice.
Hey, listen, we all hate it to be ignored, right? Some people try yoga or putting neon under the car, whatever that does. But getting the point across in this life is easier than you think. Dunk, 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 just like that. Are you listening, sir, now? Are you listening? Do you see me now? I bet you he is going to see. You want to get manhandled? Pack, pack, pack. This usually works for me. What about you?
Man, you are really pent up.
Yes.
You know, you should try some aromatherapy.
Hey, listen, the only aroma that I like is the smell of burning flesh. You understand? Take the other day. I was walking, talking to a friend of mine on the phone a long time ago. He was telling me how he lacked the respect and attention from the fellow school teachers in school. What do you do if you don't get respect? Okay, so I told him, the way you get a man's attention is by doing the unexpected. Just like that, you see? It works with him, works for you. You know, you walk down the street, all nice, and looky look, what do we have here? Oh, it's the lamppost. Oh, this is your head. Smack your lamppost against it. Do you like that? Do you see me now, huh? Do you see me now? Okay. I think now, in his teacher's lounge, trust me, those people there, they know he's around. Nobody will ignore him anymore. And if a woman walks by, the only thing you need to do, whip it out and say, what are we going to do about this? I'm telling you, people cower under their desks.
It's always been a great nation. What? I'm not racist.
Live from the capital of the world, Liberty City, the famous split
revolution.
Pass me. Where could he possibly be fucking going?
Killing American insurgents.
And you're thinking about other things other than sex, like things like